Vax. We were talking about it just before we came on. So, first Vax gentrified the neighborhood. Where I went was a traditionally black and brown neighborhood, and the hospital was set to serve black and brown people of the neighborhood. When I got in line, there was everyone except black and brown people in line. I'm just saying. And it was much like the club experience. There was security there. And CNN has actually reported that the number of people hesitant to take the vax is actually going down. And I believe it because I stood in line for 3 hours. I too was hesitant, not necessarily Tuskegee experiment hesitant, but I was hesitant. I'm just saying. But here was the interesting thing. So this really nice Karen runs up to me and she goes, "You're black?" I was like, okay, all my life. You're going to get in, right? You're going to get in. I'm like, okay. And she was like, "I wish I were black."
Oh, God.
So I'm from the South. If there are some words I never thought I would hear in my life, those would be them. Those would be them. And she was like, I would love to be black. And I was like, I will trade you that mortgage rate and mortgage approval for this vax right now.
Right.
I'm just saying, you guys, ladies, this is directly to the ladies. Once you get in there and they, and you have to fill out the paperwork, they ask you, are you pregnant or are you breastfeeding? Obviously, these are things we don't want to mix with the vax. And so my answer is no. Then they ask, are you planning to become pregnant? Am I fucking? That's what y'all need to know right now. Like, and then they ask, what is your mother's maiden name? And I'm like, I'm the mama now. Like, why do we need her maiden name? Okay, and the truth is I'm low-key jealous because she has a maiden name. I still have the same last name that I was born with. Like, so in addition to the fact that I am not fucking, I am also single. Like, so single that stray cats don't follow me home. Like, I am so single that the only dates I have are in my journal. Like, I am so single that I don't even get cat calls. Not one. I'm so single that my dad has never asked me, when was I getting married? What has my dad asked? About his grandson, my son, 18 years old, no job, no place to live of his own, no money. He asked me, well, does he have a girlfriend? Like I said, let me repeat. No money, no car, no job. But yeah, he's got a girlfriend and they are almost 2 years strong in quarantine. I'm just saying, you guys, I'm just saying. And for Valentine's Day, I personally was hit by the Holy Ghost. I stood in line for 2 hours to get C's candy for friends. I got C's candy. I got flowers and the same way people stand in line for PS4s or PS5s, whatever came out. So I actually gave my son flowers. I gave him candy. I gave him like a balloon. Do you guys know that he repurposed the stuff I gave him and took it to his girlfriend? I'm just saying, and I'm single here, just saying. So what I also think, though, is that there should be a commission on adulting. Like, adulting is hard. Being single is hard, but adulting is also hard. Why do I say this? Because I feel like, and I think everyone can sympathize, there's stuff they don't tell us that we need to know. Like, fellas, you're on here. Let me just look. I just want to take a little survey. All of y'all look good and you have your hair. But did you know that male pattern baldness can become a thing in your late teens? Like, did anybody tell you that? Did they warn you? And people make such a big deal about these decades when you turn 20 and 30. What I'm saying is at 9, I think you guys should have had to sign on the dotted line once they told you that you were aware of male pattern baldness. Now, for my ladies, did y'all know we have a whole phase in our 20s? Like, raise your hand if you knew that. Okay, see, I didn't know that. Let me tell you, first, I would have made better use of the time. That's first. Because you cannot be a hoe at 50. Let me just say, it grays up top and it grays down bottom. I'm just saying. I will leave it right there. So at 19, we should sign on the dotted line. You don't have to be a hoe. Just know that it's a good idea. Just saying. So around the age of 29, we should sign on the dotted line that we know an 800 credit score is a good idea. You don't have to have one. Just know that it's a good idea. Like by show of hands, we knew what to do with our SAT scores, ACT scores, yes. Like, but credit scores, not so much. You know, I'm just saying. Now, around the age of 39, at the very latest 49, we should be signing on the dotted line that we know that having a career is a good idea. You don't have to have one, but it is a good idea. And let me just tell you why. Because you cannot side hustle. You cannot buy lottery tickets or, like me, wait to be adopted by Jeff Bezos for your retirement. You're going to have to do something on your own. And to all my multi-level marketers, I'm not a hater. I just don't think you can retire on it. I'm just saying. That said, sign on the dotted line, right? That a career and a purpose are both a good idea. All right. My time is just about up. I'll leave you with this. On this past Friday, I finally got my second vax. And oh, did I get my superpowers? I don't know about anybody else. I feel like I'm clear, but like I came down with all the heebie-jeebies, like the aches and the pains. Like I woke up with a headache. You guys, the vax activated hot flashes. I was like, come on now. Y'all could have, right? You could have left my hormones out of this. You know what I'm saying? We are already at war. We are still dealing with pimples and gray hair. So vax, y'all could have left my hormones out of this. But y'all, I had a hot flash today. I was feeling some kind of way. You guys, that is my time. Woo! And thank you. So we have